Ah, there we are. Good evening, darlings, and welcome to Boaty Live and Vertical. A very warm welcome indeed to Friday Night Live. And it is my enormous joy to be here with you again as we say goodbye to Friday and we welcome in Saturday and, of course, the bank holiday weekend. So, now then, first things first. Obviously, we had quite a severe storm in the early hours of this morning, and in some areas of the country caused massive disruption. People had no water, no electricity, flights, trains, roads have been affected. A lorry almost blew off the Humber Bridge because they didn't close it early enough. So, first things first, have you all survived the storm? Those of you in the UK. And those of you in Finland, if any of our Finnish friends are here, and I can see that P2P is, I believe that the storm is hitting you at the moment, or is about to, or was a little bit earlier. So, how are you doing? Let's just make sure that we're all safe and good. And then, darlings, I would love to know, how has your day been? What have you been eating? And what are your plans for the weekend and indeed the bank holiday? And fair exchange is no robbery. I'm going to tell you about my day and my plans, which I haven't really got much of. But I'm certainly going to tell you about my day because there have been some pleasant things happen today. But before I get on to those, I'm going to dive straight into your comments, much as I might dive between the milky white thighs of Alanis Morissette, given half a chance. Well, which, let's face it, probably unlikely, but you never know, do you? You never know. First cab off the rank is Justin George. Hello, Boaty. Hello to you, Justin. Oh, I'm sorry. Where are my manners? Greetings, honourable community. So Justin George is with us. Hello to you. Neil is here. Hello all. Hope everyone's having a smashing day. I'm doing well. Hope everyone is in good spirits. It's good to hear that your recovery is still progressing without any issues, Neil. I'm going to have a slurp of wine because, it's almost midnight, darling. So man's entitled to a slurp of wine when it's almost midnight. Cheers. Your very good health. Bottoms up. Oh, that is a very joyful thing. Now, Steve Colger's got a message for me and for you, darlings, and he suggests that if that you should type into YouTube, subscriber gave me a tenner, and we will see him in his Rover 25. So I'm sure we'll all do that. Peter P is with us. Good evening, Boaty and Boggs. Good evening to you. Lord Stiff Upper Lip is here. Hello, hello, sir. Hello, hello to you. The lovely Simone is right in our midst and says, how do? I'm doing just grand, Simone. Hope you're all well too. Jimmy Mighty Quinn is here saying hello to people. And Emma, the disinterested car girl, is here. Good evening, Boggs and Bungles. Bungholes. How are we all this evening? A very good question indeed. Andrew Buttigieg is here, the lovely Ivor Spotty Butty, and wishes everybody a very good evening. Oh, God, sorry. I'm trying not to do it now. I'm conscious of Matron's pretzel, and, well, I'm not really conscious of. No, I mean that metaphorically. I don't want you thinking that I lie in the bath contemplating Matron's pretzel, because I don't, quite honestly. I mean, I contemplate many things while I'm lying in the bath, but I can honestly say that Matron's pretzel is not and has never been one of those contemplative things which I, oh, sorry, I've got an itch in my groin area, darlings. And I'm telling you that not because I think it's information well, I mean, I don't want you to think I'm fiddling with myself live on camera. It was an itch. It's been scratched. These things happen. Lovely. Uh, Hi, Emma, says Peter B. Are you on the naughty list now? Never, never. Good evening, all, says the fabulous Tracy P. Don't forget to hit the like button. I would be very grateful for you hitting the like button wherever you see it on my videos, darlings. And I say that for a very particular reason. I have just dropped 1/10 of a percentage. My overall like to dislike has dropped from 98.9 to 98.8%. And I would love to get it up to 99%, or at least back to 98.9. So I don't normally do this. I don't beg you to subscribe. I don't beg you to like, but I'm going to do it just at the moment because and this is something else I'm going to come on to. There is still a bit of a disliking campaign going on with my videos. And that's something that I need to talk about because I want to talk about what's going to be happening next week. But if all of you lovely people, my friends, my confidants, my beloved inner scrotum, if you would all be kind enough to tickle the like button on every single one of my videos that you watch, I would be really, really grateful because you will be playing a part in battling the forces of what I'm not afraid to call, quite frankly, evil. Because, some people do behave somewhat evilly. So there we are. Please hit the like button here and anywhere else that you can see when on my channel, and you will have my undying gratitude. And thank you, Tracy P, for that timely reminder for everybody else. Matron is here and saying hellos all round. Oh, Tracy P missed last night because she fell asleep at about 8. You did the right thing. Last night was a total disaster. I apologize for it. Don't bother watching it, any of you. I enjoyed the chat that Emma and I had at the end, but otherwise it was a complete and utter unmitigated disaster. Hopefully Emma's got to the bottom of what caused it. Where did I get to? There was a strong breeze, says Matron, and a bit of rain this morning, but nothing much at all here in London. Tracy P says the storm kept me awake. Jimmy Quinn, somewhat boastfully, says it's been nice here all day. Oh, Sarah Parsons is with us. How lovely. And she says, hi, Jason. Hope all is good with you. It is, my lovely. Thank you. And I hope that all is splendid with you too. Yes, says Andrew. We had a thunderstorm last night in Melbourne. Possibly not the same one, however, Spotty Botty. Tracy P says, I'm supposed to be going on an open-top bus on Sunday with a friend and to a pier, but the weather might mean it's a pub lunch instead. Well, either sounds pretty good to me. Sarah saying hellos all round. Tracy P says the power was out in Halifax. Oh, blimey. I know it was out in a few places. Stratosphere has joined us and says good evening all. Oh, Holly is here, the lovely Holly. Hello and sorry I'm late. As I always say, Holly, we're just glad that you got here at all. Welcome indeed. It's just raining now here, says Peter P, in the south. But Storm Lillian is said to hit the west coast harder tonight. Oh, well, all blessings to you up there in Finlandia. Isn't it exotic that we've got people from all over the world in our little community live stream? I love that. We're such a disparate bunch, aren't we? It's wonderful. Multicultural indeed. Matron's having a good old giggle at me not contemplating her pretzel in the bath. and fiddling with himself live on camera. Uh, I don't have a like button, says Sarah Parsons. Why would that be? Well, 11 of you have and have tickled it, and I'm very grateful for that. I wonder why you don't. Oh, Sarah hasn't got any buttons, apparently. I wonder why that is. Are you watching on a portable electric telephone, Sarah? Maybe that's the issue. Uh, Holly says, Boaty, who the heck has been disliking your videos? How many did that? Quite a few. Well, um, you're always going to get dislikes on videos, Holly. You're not going to be able to please all of the people all of the time. But a select group of people or one person with multiple accounts has been just on a bit of a campaign of disliking the videos as soon as they go up. So there's no way they're watching them. It's just vindictive. I put a video up, 3 or 4 people or 3 or 4 different accounts will dislike it immediately. And it's video after video after video. They're trying to hurt me or hurt the channel by making the algorithm think that my videos are not popular. So the algorithm won't show them to people. My numbers will go down. And apparently that will make them happy. So there we are. I wasn't here last night, says Simone. I had to go to sleep early for work. You'd missed nothing. You missed absolutely nothing. Did Boaty play the lovely introductory music? No, Holly, that's a me and Emma thing. When it's just a me on my own, you don't get the music, I'm afraid. My son got married today, Boaty, says Tico. Well, many congratulations indeed to your son. And I and I'm sure the rest of the community wish him and his now wife a lifelong happy marriage, a happy and a healthy one. And congratulations to you on being the father of the groom. Oh, God, did you have to pay for it all, Steve? Bloody hell. Has your bank account taken a massive hit? Is that still a thing? Oh no, it's the father of the bride who's supposed to pay, isn't it? Not the father of the groom. The father of the groom is supposed to give the bride family 7 cattle or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how it works. I can only speak from my own experience, which where I did the honourable thing. I asked my prospective father-in-law for his daughter's hand in marriage, which took him slightly by surprise, it must be said. And then when it came to the wedding and everything, then I paid for pretty much all of it. When it came to the rings, though, we bought each other's rings. Max bought my ring and I bought hers. So I don't know what the protocol is now. And their congratulations are heading to Steve and his son and his new daughter-in-law, quite rightly. Jimmy Quinn says, I dislike Boaty's videos all the time because they are shit. Well, yes, they are, Jimmy, no doubt about that. But for the sake of me and the community, let's pretend they're not and hit the old thumbs up. Sarah, you do, says Holly. You have a thumb up underneath where Boaty's profile picture is. Have a look, you might see it. Mr. Stephen Paddy from Port Sunlight in the Whittle, which is, of course, the Leisure Peninsula. Says, how are Jason and the wonderful Emma? And that Tracy Greenwood. I always hit the like button. Who could be evil to our Jason? Better known as Boaty's World on here. Well, amazingly, or perhaps unsurprisingly, not everybody likes me. There you go. And that's something that I'm going to move on to, darlings, because it's about to become a little more important. Oh, Simone went to the flicks today, Boaty, to watch Alien Romulus. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Good, I'm glad. Oh, Mark Prasad is with us. Good evening, Boaty, and all in chat. Now then, what was I going to talk to you about? I'm going to top my wine up, have a puff. But yeah, I was going to tell you about my day and the nice things that happened. Well, I had, darlings, a super duper lie-in today. I stayed in bed until gone 11 o'clock, and I slumbered and I dozed, and I watched a video. Oh, I watched a really good video. It just popped up on my YouTube thing, and it was all about the Intercity 125, and it was narrated by Chris Tarrant, who I used to know a little bit, and it was very good. I really enjoyed it. But before I properly woke up, I had a lovely dream. An absolutely lovely dream. And I'll be honest, I can't remember a lot of it, but what I do know and what I definitely remember was that I was with one of my exes, but a long ago ex, the lovely Sasha. We're still friends. Well, I haven't seen her for ages, but we're still Facebook friends. And we ended up in bed together. And that was absolutely lovely. I really enjoyed it. Now, don't get me wrong, it wasn't one of those naughty dreams, and nothing naughty happened or anything like that. It was just all rather lovely. I didn't seem to be as old and knackered as I am in real life. And Sasha was, as I remember her, back when we were a thing. And when I say nothing naughty happened, I did attempt to tune her left nipple into Radio 4. No, I tell a lie. It was her right nipple. It was the left as I looked at it, and I was looking at it, but it was technically, her right nipple, if you're going to be exact about it. And she was wearing a lovely little lacy bra, exactly the sort of little lacy bra that she used to wear, actually. So that was lovely. I really, really enjoyed that. The rest of the dream was nice too, but I can't remember it. Um, and so I woke up feeling all warm and fuzzy and wonderful. And I knew that I had nothing that I had to do today. So I felt absolutely fine and justified in lounging around in bed. I'm still catching up with the shenanigans of the week. And then I came downstairs, darlings, which is always good. My legs are still. Oh! I think we know by now that these things can happen. When you don't shut your mouth for an hour and you drink wine, there's always going to be the possibility of a wine burp. I'm not proud of it, but neither am I ashamed. And it wasn't done on purpose. And if you're offended, I apologize. Well, actually, I apologize whether you're offended or not. It's not a nice thing to do. I didn't plan it. I didn't choose that wine burp. That wine burp chose me, darling. So, in a very real and legally binding sense, I'm a victim here. Hashtag me too. Now then, yeah, so I had that lovely dream, and I came downstairs with my aching legs, put some coffee on, and I decided that as I'd had such a wonderful time in bed with the lovely Sasha, and she was very lovely indeed. She was Miss something or other. I don't know, Miss Gunthorpe or Miss United Kingdom or well, she was something of that nature. She had a crowny tiara type thing and a sash. God, she would have been 20 then. God, Sasha was only 20 when we got together. I remember celebrating her 21st birthday. See, I told you it was a long ago ex. She was my second fiance, I think. So she was very early on in the list. Anyway, enough about her nipple. And it definitely was her. I mean, it was this one. So if you were looking at it, this looks like left to you, doesn't it? But of course, it's actually my right nipple. It's Archer, not Jeffrey. Right, I'm glad we've cleared that up. So I thought, well, as I've been having a luxurious morning with a wonderful dream and a nice nipple and a lacy bra and a lion, I thought, well, I'll continue the luxurious theme. And I don't mind telling you, darlings, I did exactly that. I had my usual single slice of toast for breakfast. I did. But I thought, let's push the boat out here, son, shall we? Let's push the boat out. And I did. I did exactly that. I used the posh butter um, from the meticulously planned breakfast, which is actually proper butter, not, the spreadable stuff mixed with doodah. Um, and I had marmalade, darlings. I had marmalade on it. Yes, I did. I deployed one of the what do you call it? It's not a sachet. It's like a rigid plastic thing. What do you call it? Somebody help me out. What do you call the things where? Look, I'll show you. I've got another one that I'm going to have tomorrow morning. I'll show it to you. Here we are. The lovely Emma carefully and thoughtfully sieved all of these, whatever we're calling them. I mean, I know that they're like preserves or spreads or something like that, but I don't know. Oh, what's this one? Oh, God. Sunflower spread. Well, that's for a guest, isn't it? I'm buggered if I'm eating that shit. And there's Marmite and there's some peanut butter. God, again, that's for a guest. But there were two of these little marmalades, and I had one on my slice of toast, and it was just the right amount. And I really enjoyed it. And I'm going to deploy that one tomorrow. You see if I don't. It's a bank holiday weekend. I'm going to treat myself. So that was the second nice thing that happened. Well, third, if you include the lion as being a nice thing. And I think I do, darlings. I think I do. And then the other good thing that happened, well, I had a productive day in a sense. I did some laundry that I've just realised I haven't actually taken out of the washing machine. And I can't be asked to do it this time of night. So I'm going to have to wash it again tomorrow and try and remember to take it out. But I did do the washing up, including about 463,000, whatever you call them. I only know the Nepali word for them, dubbas. The takeaway things that I use such a lot of. I use them for storing this, that, and on many occasions the other, darlings. And I had quite in theory, I properly, correctly wash it. Well, I do always properly, correctly wash them to an industrial standard, and I take them back to the restaurant and they get reused. Don't tell anybody, but only the ones that are perfectly spotlessly clean. And I make sure that they're all done in boiling water, so there's no possibility of any doings. But the point was that because of the mad last week and whatnot, I had a big old stack of them up on my windowsill, all washed, darlings. About 11.5 million of them. And they're all laying out there. I mean, you can't see, but if take my word for it, they're all out there basking, darlings. They're basking. Well, actually, some of them are not basking. Some of them went back to the restaurant tonight. Others will go into my storage cupboard because I do use them for everything. Everything gets put in them basically. I don't like having stuff loose and knocking about. I like everything to be proper and correct and all of that sort of thing, really. What am I talking about? Why am I talking about that? Oh, yeah. I was telling you that I had been somewhat productive. But then, darlings, I had a lovely lunch. It was very nice indeed. Members of the Boaty's World Facebook group will have. I'm trying to quell another wine burp. I've inflicted one on you. That one gave me a little bit of warning. I quelled it for your lack of inconvenience, if that makes any sense. I did. I've already burped at you once. I didn't want to do it a second time. It's almost midnight, and that might make it more excusable in one sense, but in another, I don't want to ruin your evening by being a fat old bloke sitting here burping at you. You could get that on the train or on the last bus home, couldn't you? Or possibly in your local fish and chip shop. If it's one of those that stays open until like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, because they want that drunken trade. Because even though it's a nightmare dealing with drunk British people, at least it's money in the old till, which will go ring a ding a ding a ding a ding. A bit like my mobile phone did earlier. My mobile phone did the cash register noise because I sold a pair of gloves, darlings, and I'd forgotten about that until I just said it. Yeah, I've got the old eBay app. When you sell something, the app goes cha-ching like a cash register. So that's nice, and I'd forgotten about that, and I need to send those tomorrow. So I'm glad that I remembered it. So thank you for that. I really appreciate you helping me out with my glove doings. But yeah, lunch was marvelous. I really enjoyed it. I'll tell you what it was, shall I? Now, it was chips. And I'm not going to lie to you. Um, I don't normally buy frozen chips. I normally make my own. I had some in the freezer, couldn't be asked to make any. Thought, well, I'll use these up and I'll never buy any again because, frozen chips aren't very nice and I can make amazing homemade chips. Whether I fry them or I can do oven fried homemade chips. Either way, whichever I do it, then they're not triple cooked; they're quadruple cooked, and they're absolutely bloody amazing. But I had the frozen ones in the freezer. I thought I'll use them. Uh, Sainsbury's own brand crinkle cut. I bought a bag, God knows how long ago. Just for emergency use. And I thought I'll use all of those up. There were too many to use up, but I've got a cunning plan and I'm going to use the rest on Tuesday. And then I won't buy any more because starting next week, and this is something else I need to talk about, I'm going to be doing a lot more videoing of cooking. And that means that I need to make proper food and not convenience food. I'm going to come on to that in a minute, possibly, if I ever shut up about what I'm talking about now, and if I actually get through your comments. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, lunch. Right. So tandoori chicken, which is always nice. Chips, yeah, yeah, but they're okay. They're okay. And lovely fresh salad that I showed you last night, well, not stolen from the restaurant, taken from the restaurant and added to. I added my own bits to it. But the best thing that I added, and the best thing about the meal, was my homemade Mediterranean vinaigrette, darlings, which is absolutely lush. And that was a really nice lunch and relatively healthy too. So, yeah, that was good. Tomorrow's lunch will not be healthy because it's going to be Boaty's Saturday brunch because the bacon and the egg go out of date in a few days. So I need to get them eaten, as we say here in the north of the country. But that's a Saturday treat, and it's a bank holiday weekend. I've got my meals well planned now. I've got my meals planned. I've got my meals planned through until Thursday. I haven't planned Thursday yet, but everything up to Thursday has been planned. Welcome to life with me. That's what life with me is like. Meals are planned days and days and days in advance. It gives me a feeling of warmth and safety and security, knowing that I don't have to worry about what I'm going to eat. Pardon me, darlings, just having a bit of a puff. You don't mind old Boaty having a bit of an indulgence, do you? You're good people. Mm. Oh, that's lovely. And then, of course, I went to work, and work was fine, uneventful. Um, We weren't exactly busy, but we weren't dead. We had enough staff. There were no disasters. It was just nice and all good. And obviously, I will be having some form of staff curry for my supper tonight when I finish talking to you fabulous people. And talking to you fabulous people, let's get back to your comments, shall we? Now then, I need to scroll back a bit. Oh, I need to scroll back quite a bit. Oh, right, I got to about here, I think. I don't like him, Boaty, says Jimmy Quinn. Who are we talking about? Not sure who we're talking about there. But anyway, Jimmy doesn't like him. And Jimmy's a pretty good judge of character, I would say. Mark Passad is with us, of course, as I said, and he's saying hello to people. Mr. Parry is asking Emma if she sorted the problem out and saying that he missed her, but but it was nice to hear her on the phone at least. Those flowers are lasting, Stacey. They are. Just like when I bought that type of flower before. Do you remember? They lasted for ages and ages and ages. I've been changing the water fairly regularly, like a good dead flower owner. Then people are talking about films, which I can't really join in with because I don't watch them. Holly says, Boaty, I don't understand why anyone couldn't like you. Oh, that's very sweet. You seem very nice and easygoing to me. All these people in chat are nice too. Well, everybody in chat is absolutely lovely, Holly. We're like a self-selecting community. People are here because they're nice people and they recognize that the other people here are nice too, and we're all just nice together, really. Not horrible bum clenching nice. I mean, we're proper people. We have humor and we rip it out of each other, but we're basically nice people. But Holly, it's with YouTube, as with so many other things, it's kind of a tall poppy syndrome. And if for any reason you stand out in some way, somebody will try and take your head off. And what you also find in YouTube or social media generally is there's quite a lot of jealousy. So if somebody else has got a channel and it's not doing as well as yours, then they can be jealous of you. And they will come up with all sorts of weird conspiracy theories about it. I've just spotted the candle isn't in quite the right place. And there are some people, Holly and anybody else who cares to listen, that think that I am an incredible fake. That God, I can't remember everything, that I tell fibs about this, that, or the other, that my life is nothing like I portray it as, that and that I'm somebody who pretends to be interested in community and pretends to be interested in people, but really I'm only here to line my own pocket. And that has been said to my face and in comments on my videos. So it's not me being a word beginning with P, paranoid or anything like that. It's there in plain black and white. Now, obviously, over the last 3 months when I've been demonetized, I hope it's proved that it's not all about the filthy lucre, because for the last 3 months, I've not earned anything from my live streams or videos. Has it stopped me? Has it helped? And enough of you have met me in real life and stayed in my home and this, that, and the other, that hopefully all of those, well, the vast majority of you will know that I am exactly what I say I am. A drunken old fat arsehole who bores you on a regular basis. But yeah, I mean, honestly, what you see is what you get. And if some people choose to think otherwise, that's up to them. And I wouldn't lose a wink of sleep over it, except I might as well address this now, or begin to. I don't lose a wink of sleep over it unless and until they do something that is going to discombobulate me or the channel. And that is what happened 3 months ago. Now, I've quietly been doing a little bit of research and talking to people. I am now 99.9% certain that the reason I got demonetized, in fact, I'm 99.99999% certain. I've had confirmed from numerous sources, YouTube employees, other channel other channels, YouTube experts. There's no way that I would have been demonetized in the way that I was unless somebody specifically reported the channel. And if you cast your mind back 3 months, you will remember that I was reported for multiple things over the space of a couple of weeks. And I had to jump through all sorts of hoops to try and sort this out. And everything got sorted apart from the demonetization because there's a mandatory 3 month period. Now, that 3 month period is about to come to an end. It comes to an end on the 27th, which is Tuesday. I don't know exactly what time because I imagine that it will be when it becomes the 27th in whichever part of America Google are based in, and I don't actually know that information. So part of me is thinking, hurrah, I can reapply. Everything should be fine. The channel is squeaky clean now, as far as I'm aware. But part of me is thinking, oh my God, right, okay, so I applied for remonetization. And then I'm thinking, well, the people that have been reporting, or the person that's been doing all the reporting, what other reporting has been done? And I'm starting to just get a little bit fearful that what else have they reported that means that I might not get remonetized, or failing that, when I get remonetized, if I do, and I'll touch wood, it's going to be very obvious because I'm going to have channel members again. So even if I don't make a song and dance about it, even if I don't make a video saying, yay, I've been remonetized, look, the money's going to roll in. Oh, I'm going to be at least £33 a month better off. Even if I don't do that, it's going to be obvious. And you can be sure nobody watches your videos, your live streams, and your channel more eagerly and more loyally than somebody who hates you. They watch you more vigorously and carefully than the people that love you to death. So I'm thinking, okay, let's say I get remonetized. What are they going to come up with to report me for then? So, yeah. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. I'm excited about the 3 months coming to an end, the fact that I can potentially rejoin the partner program, have my lovely channel members back, have channel member only videos, all of that sort of thing. But I'm also a bit concerned that it will provoke whoever's got their knives out into thinking, oh my God, right, what can we try and get him for this time? Hopefully there isn't anything. I mean, it was very much a technicality that I got done for last time, and I've eradicated that. And hopefully there isn't anything else, but you never know. And when the investigations are automated, then you just never know, do you? And community standards are quite a nebulous thing. So, if somebody makes the effort to report, I mean, let's say, for example, right now, YouTube don't have a problem with bad language within reason, and the F-bomb slips out quite frequently on live streams or whatnot. From me, from me. Not a problem, not a problem. YouTube, absolutely fine with that. But if somebody went through the effort to report every single live stream for profanity, and an automated bot went through, and I'm probably giving them ideas, I probably shouldn't be saying this, and an automated bot went through and said that, and wouldn't listen to everything that went on in the live stream, wouldn't understand any context. This is what happened last time, and just said, yeah, the F word has been used in 90% of these live streams. They might decide, boom, that's against our community standards, and wallop, you get demonetized, or even worse, your channel gets terminated. So, yeah, I'm excited, but I'm also a little bit nervous. Sorry, darling, my fag keeps going out. But hey ho, que sera, sera, what will be, and we'll see what happens. Matron has suggested, says Emma, that maybe YouTube was just having a wobble last night. So I need to test out a joint live stream to see if there is still an issue, and if so, then to look into it further then. Okay, so Matron and Emma are going to have a try. Cleared that up, says Carl Burton, and hello to you. Hello, sir. Hello to you indeed. Welcome, Boaty's wine burp, says Matron. Don't forget to swallow a wine turd, says Simone. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yep, you're right, Holly. There's no need to continue with dislike videos. If you don't like somebody's video, then don't watch their channel. But people aren't like that. Some people are just vindictive or jealous or whatever. Spookily, says Mark Passat, I watched that very same HS125 video a few days ago. Maybe Al Gore's rhythm on YouTube is suggesting your sub's interest to you. God, I wonder. I really enjoyed it, and I learned a lot of stuff that I didn't know about the 125, and a lot of stuff I didn't know about the APT as well. I saw the APT in real life. I was on a youth hosteling cycle holiday with my father when we saw it being tested down southish way somewhere. I can't remember exactly where, but no, it was a genuinely fascinating video program. It was a Channel 4 program, I think. Obviously, I watched it on YouTube, and it really was genuinely interesting. If you've got any interest in trains or the British Rail period or anything like that, I would definitely recommend it to you. I might even watch it again. I enjoyed it that much. Prue Leith was in there as well. There's some interesting talk about British Rail sandwiches. I must have been too young because it never really crossed my radar how dreadful the British Rail sandwiches were. A choice of cheese or ham on Mother's Pride white bread wrapped in cling film, so the bread went all soggy. But yeah, really, really good program. Really good program. And yeah, I had a magical. I mean, imagine being me this morning. You wake up, you've had a fabulous dream where you're younger and vigorous than you are in real life. You're presented with a lovely sasha with a lovely nipple. I wish the dream had lasted longer, so I got to have a go on the other one, but it was definitely only the one that I had a go on. But that was nice. And then to lounge around in bed with that video on. I didn't watch all of it in bed. I watched about 40 minutes of it in bed, and then I needed coffee and a slice of toast and a fag, and it was like gone 11 o'clock. So I watched the rest of it right here, darlings, at my breakfast table. I mean, I call it a breakfast table. It was a table I had my breakfast at, so it was a breakfast table. At the moment, it's a live stream studio, and it will shortly become a supper table. And it has, of course, done excellent service in the past as a podgering platform. I'd love to do that once more before I died. Sorry, you didn't need to know that, did you? Oh dear. I need to go to sleep now, says Simone. I've been awake since 6 a.m. and you are very boring. She didn't really say that. Well, she didn't say that you are very boring, but she said she needs to go to bed. And if you're still watching, Simone, have a lovely night's sleep. Emma's gas is all topped up now. Mine isn't. I checked mine before, uh, just before I started the live stream, and I'm £10.34, I think it was, over my well, in debt. In debit. You get £10 emergency credit, but I'm in a non-disconnect period at the moment. I'm not, obviously during winter. I check it like 10 times a day, because the money runs down like wildfire. Obviously, with the heating not having been on for a couple of months, then I've got out of the habit of checking it, and it still goes down because there's a standing gas charge, and I'm paying off about £3,000 worth of arrears, so it will still click down. But without the heating on and not using too much hot water, I've only been checking it every couple of days. So yeah, I need to get some. I need to bung some money on there tonight before. Otherwise, the gas will be disconnected when I wake up. Oh, my fag's gone out again. What's going on? This cigarette does not want to be smoked. And in a sense, who could blame it? Might as well top the wine up while I'm at it. But yeah, it's been a lovely, fluffy sort of day, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the weekend and all of that sort of thing. And Bank Holiday Monday, of course. Individual portion, says Matron, naming the marmalade thingy. Oh, and Emma found some more individual portions in a bag that she'd missed, and then clarified she meant jams and spreads when it came to individual portions. Well, you deploy them, Emma. You treat yourself. Treat yourself at breakfast time. Have a slice of lavishly buttered toast and chuck some whatever you've got on it. And I urge the rest of you to do it as well. Treat yourself at breakfast time. I mean, maybe some of you, Jimmy, I'm looking at you, Mr. Quinn, some of you are probably rich enough to have jars of the things that you like in your breakfast fridge. But the rest of you, get a wealthy friend who goes to hotels or restaurants or cafes to steal some individual portions for you, and treat yourself at breakfast like me and Emma are going to be doing. Now then, where did I get to? Bag filled with marmalade, says Peter P. Emma Paddington Lemon. We can't cope with another Paddington. We've already got the hairy Paddington. Oh dear. Oh, and Emma says exactly the same thing. He's already got one Paddington friend. He doesn't need another. Holly's talking about gas meters. Oh, interesting. We are buck. Oh dear. Andrew says, I think Google is based on the west coast of America, quite possibly. Matron says there are new rules regarding getting demonetized, etc. now, Boaty, and I will shoot a video about it after the stream. It is good news for creators, though. Oh, well. That sounds promising. Holly says, Boaty, I wouldn't bow down to YouTube after what they did at the start of the pandemic. I'd start uploading to Rumble, whatever that is, and earning there. Rumble do paying members too. YouTube could stop you again. Um, ah. Oh, and Rumble took Google or YouTube to court for manipulating algorithms, etc. Ah. Peter P says getting remonetized is a good way to fuck the haters up. And there you go, haters. I've said the F word, so you can report me for that. I should start saying feck instead, shouldn't I? Just in case. But I don't want to start getting paranoid. But yeah, good point. Don't go over to Rumpole, Boaty. Rumpole of the Bailey, one of my favourite things. Holly says, Steve, yes. Are they fake flowers? I'm trying to see if there's any water in the vase. They are not fake flowers, Holly, and the vase is full of water. And the flowers have been lasting for ages. Look, water. See it? Wibbling and wobbling. And those are very real leaves, flowers, petals, etc. I've got to put it back in just the right place now. There we are. That's about perfect. Have a puff while I'm up. Marvellous. I'm enjoying tonight, darlings. Thank you so much for being here with me. I really appreciate it. Excuse me. Don't forget to like, urges Jimmy Quinn, and I would echo that. Hello, Mustard's here. Hello, Frog Liquidizers. Good old Captain Mustard, and I'm delighted to say that I will be having a good old mustard day on Monday. I'm off to the Yard of Dreams for a proper Monday, my lovelies. Didn't think I was going to be able to because the restaurant was going to open, but now we're not for reasons that I covered in a previous live stream, I think on Wednesday night, if memory serves. So it's going to be a good old mustard and boaty day on Monday, and I can't wait. Bank holiday mustard and boaty. If any of you have got any special requests for what you'd like us to get up to, do feel free to shout them out. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I miss the hairy old sod when I'm not there on a Monday. And I'm pretty sure it's his turn to buy lunch. I might need to check the videos. Holly says, Steve, I think there's long life or longer lasting flowers you can buy, isn't there? Maybe they're those. I've got no idea, Holly. They were from Lidl. They were £2.19, and they are a type of flower beginning with A. Can't remember what they are. They're cheaper than roses. They lasted a long time last time, so I thought I'd try them again. And they are the right color for my kitchen, which has got a dark red theme. As you can tell from the candle holder, which needs moving about half a centimeter that way. There we are. That's better. And if you've watched other videos, you'll know from the curtains and the trays and the flower pots and all of that sort of thing. Sorry, I'm getting a bit Magnus Pike on your asses, aren't I? British Rail coffee, now £3 a slice, says Jazz Brown. God, is it? Holly says, Boaty, I forgot to order a packet of cigarettes this week. I'm umming and ahhing whether to, as I don't want 20. I only want the government and shops to. I only want 10 government shops robbing us. Well, gosh, Holly, you need to. I don't know where you live, Holly, but probably where you are, you'll be able to get cheap cigarettes where you'll be able to get a packet of 20 from a certain type of shop for less than you would pay for a packet of 10 from a proper shop if they still sold them. I couldn't afford to buy fully priced cigarettes, darlings. uh, Andrew says, that's one thing I can't get my head around, how you have to pay for your gas, electricity, so stroke water bills. Uh, well, why wouldn't you? I mean, I suppose you've got to, haven't you? Matron is, when did this become a thing? When did it become a thing that everybody decides that it's okay to shout out, please subscribe to my channel on my bloody live streams? When did that become a thing? I mean, I know I've shouted out community channels, but that's gone to a different level now, hasn't it? It's just blatant. I don't beg people to, oh, please subscribe. If you're watching me now and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. But other people do it. God almighty. But anyway, I suppose we have to go along with it. So yeah, subscribe to Matron and Emma's channel as well. It's they're really good. Well, they are actually. To be fair, on Matron's channel, you can see the behind the scenes video of the live stream here, which is quite good. And you can see several videos of amazing car journeys, 4 or 5 or 6 hours at a time, where it's absolute silence, no words are spoken. So that's probably really good. AMG Mercedes or whatever those videos are called that you're supposed to have on, and they make you relaxed and sleepy and not worrying about stuff or something. I can't remember what the phrase is. I hope you all put a bloody comment in yours, Matron and Emma. I hope there's a big comment in yours, in your live streams or your videos saying, please subscribe to Boaty's channel, www.boatysworld.co.uk. Oh, I see. Andrew means the way you do them, coins in a meter or paying to switch them back on. That's only if you're poor, Andrew. If you're like a normal person living a decent life, then you use your electricity, water, gas. They send you a bill 4 times a year and you pay it. If you're too poor to pay your bills, then they break into your home with a court order and fit a prepayment meter that is jiggered, so you have to pay more than it actually costs, so they can reclaim what you haven't paid before. Yes, says Jimmy, my cupboards and pantry and freezer are full, Boaty. Yeah, I thought they might be. Peter P says, Andrew, I'm still trying to get my head around chips in a Nepalese fine dining restaurant. Don't get me started. They wouldn't be there if I had my way. But, at the end of the day, you can't get too precious, can you? You can't get too precious. We serve food, our beautiful Nepali food is already buggered about with so that it appeals to the UK palate. In other words, it's full of salt and bloody sugar. And so many people order chips or fries or whatever you want to call them. And they're massively profitable. Massively profitable. We buy, I believe that they're the same fries that McDonald's use. I might be wrong. But we buy McCain's Catering Julien fries. So dead easy. They're frozen fries. You bung them in a deep fat fryer for a period of time. Lift them out, give them a shake, and charge £4 for them. It's brilliant. Or if they want spicy fries, then you bung them in, cook them, give them a shake, and then just dab some bloody some chili flakes and some garam masala and some chili powder on them, and charge an extra quid on top of the normal fries. So you know, it's kind of a tax on being British and not appreciating good food. If you want to go to an authentic fine dining restaurant and eat chips, and you're willing to pay through the nose for it, then hey, we'll take your money and we'll give you frozen chips. And they're exactly the same chips that you get from McDonald's, except we charge you 5 times as much. But there we are. Each to their own, as the old lady said when she kissed the cow. Holly's talking to Emma. Don't get paranoid. Take a Polaroid, says Captain Mustard. Mark the Vicar, and hello, Mark, says, I get fresh flowers every day. One of the advantages of living next to a cemetery. I wouldn't worry about the swears, Boaty says Matron. Should have heard the language on Exploring with Ben and Sam's live stream t'other night. There we are. Holly says to Peter, Rumble is very good. Do you have an account there? People are saying hello to Mark. That vase looks like Tracy's wine glass, says Jimmy. Emma says, I'm sorry you've had to spend a few Mondays with somebody slightly less hairy than Mustard, but I'm sure he will make up for it with extra hair this Monday. Ah, dear. You know that there's no need to apologise. You know how much this summer has meant to me. You naughty little tease, you. Is it me, or is Boaty or Sonia very slightly on the wonk? Sonia, I think Sonia is very slightly on the wonk. And I got into, oh God, a couple of live streams ago, I tried to get it dead right. And the first 15 minutes of the live stream was just me wonking and over wonking you. So, oh, I'll have a go at it tomorrow. But yeah, you're very slightly on the wonk. You are that way. But as you're looking at me, you might be that way. But yeah, there is slight wonk. Captain Mustard says, Emma, you're just as hairy as I am. And Emma says, I am not. What makes you think that? I mean, I trimmed my nose hair and everything. Oh, it was ASMR, apparently. And Peter P says, yeah, ASMR, Boaty, ask it. Mark the Vicar says, YouTubers begging for money annoy me. By the way, I accept PayPal and crypto. We're always promoting you, lovely Bertie, says Matron. All right, then, I forgive you. And Emma also says, I constantly promote you, Boaty, and at least I always get the name of your channel right. More than Mustard does. He calls me Boaty's Planet. Tonight on Bertie's Worms. Tracy P says, in Cardiff, restaurants do half and half, chips and rice. I prefer rice with curry. Yeah, that is the national dish of Wales now. Chicken off the bone, half and half. I first came across half and half, not in my home country of Wales, but in Ireland. I was visiting, well, myself and my good lady wife were visiting my mother-in-law, now sadly passed away. And she took us to a fairly casual dinner in a local hostelry. And I can't remember what I ordered, chili or curry or something. And I was asked if I would like half and half rice, half chips. And I thought, God, how awful. Yeah, okay, I'll try it, thinking it was like a local delicacy. And Yeah, it was all right. And to be honest, if I was eating some crap generic curry, like not proper curry, but some crap generic curry that in some chain restaurant or cafe or whatever, then yeah, have it with rice and chips if you fancy it. Why not? But you know, if you go into a fine dining restaurant, don't order chips unless it's our restaurant, in which case order them because cha-ching profit. Thank you. Dear, dear, dear. My Chinese takeaway do fresh chips, says Jimmy. Everybody does chips. Well, everybody in the UK does chips because that's what British people want. Um, Mr. Parry says, well, the girls are the boss these days, Jason. Um, and Holly says, oh, yes, I agree. But Emma disagrees and says, no, he's still the boss. I prefer it that way. Oh, look at me being all manly. And Emma goes on to say, Boaty cooked me chips at his restaurant. I did. I did. It went against the grain, but yeah. But you can be forgiven. Look, I eat chips at the restaurant. When we make chips, and you always put too many in the fryer. We all have a chip. With a dip of what's it called? Oh God, what's it called? The stuff I gave you, Emma. I've forgotten what it's called. Oh God, how annoying! Sorry, my mind goes AWOL at this time of night. No, I'm determined to remember. No, I can't. No, no, I've got a total mental. No, it's not lube. My current wife, says Mark the Vicar, is part Chinese, part Irish. So definitely half rice, half potato. Blimey, there's a mix. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, I've had. Thank you. Thank you, Emma. Tamarind sauce. Tamarind sauce. Yeah. So we all have a dip of a chip with tamarind sauce. But Emma can be forgiven because she's had staff curry and Momo and all of the good things. And on that note, I would forgive Emma. Sorry, not Emma. I would forgive Sophie and Neil as well because they've had proper food. They've had Momo, staff curry, Sequa, all of the good stuff. I'm going to give Emma choila. I'm going to give Emma choila next time. Remind me to give you a good choila. God, time to say good night, darlings. The time has just flown, and I have loved tonight. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for your company. I'm going to get off. I'm going to get my lovely supper on with no chips, and I might watch that Intercity 125 thing again because I probably dozed through a little bit of it this morning, and I really didn't. Oh, excuse me. I really did enjoy it. Part Chinese, part Irish. What a wife that would be. I've had 3 Chinese fiancés and 1 Irish wife. And if I could combine all of the best bits of them, then that would be one hell of a wife. Marvelous. I did eat some of them, Peter Pete. I did eat some of the chips that some of the fries that I cooked for Emma. Holly says, Boaty, I'm glad you turned that super chat button off. YouTuber greedy robbing bar stewards. I didn't turn it off. I didn't turn it off. YouTube turned it off when I was demonetized. And unfortunately or unfortunately, depending on your Weltanschauung or point of view if you don't speak German. That button will hopefully, touch wood, be back at some point during next week. I quite like being the boss, says Matron, but I think I need to be more brave. Jimmy says, does your restaurant do tomato sauce? No, it bloody doesn't. Oh well. Oh God. Technically, yes, it. Oh God, I'm giving away secrets here. Right, we do kids meals. Not many. You've got a choice of three kids meals: scampi, fish fingers, or chicken nuggets. Um, for the kids. Now, I'll be honest with you, adults order them. Sometimes we get big parties and you'll get that one person who says, "Oh, I can't eat anything spicy, me. I don't like foreign food. I don't like foreign muck." And you'll get somebody coming to a fine dining Asian fusion restaurant and they will order fish fingers, chips with a salad garnish. And because it's for kids, we do have, it's not out in the restaurant. Dear God, it's not out in the restaurant. If that ever happened, I would leave immediately. But we do have tomato sauce in the kitchen. And when a kids' meal goes out, there is a ramekin of tomato sauce with the fish fingers, chicken nuggets, or what's the other one? Fish fingers, chicken, scampi, right? Now, normally, when it goes out to a child, the tomato ketchup will come back with a little bit of it gone. When it goes out to an adult, the tomato ketchup is completely gone. But the other reason we have tomato ketchup is it gets used in things, believe it or not. Our onion pickle for our pickle trays, that's got tomato sauce in it, as have a couple of other things that you might not expect. But I'm giving away secrets there that I really shouldn't. Good night, all, says Mark the Vicar. Tracy says he had no choice. Holly, super chats are there on monetized channels, indeed. Holly says, I hope so, regarding the tomato ketchup, and good quality. I can't stand cheap vinegary ketchup that kebab vans put on chips. Oh, God. I can't believe you're talking about tomato sauce. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, that's it, darlings. That is it. It's 1:45. I'm going to bugger off. I genuinely have really enjoyed tonight's live stream. Thank you very much indeed. Apologies again for last night being such a disaster. Hopefully tonight has made up for it a little bit. I've certainly really enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tickling the like button. And thank you for hopefully not tickling the dislike button. And I would love for you to join me again tomorrow night for Saturday Night Live. Same time, same place. 11:30 here at Windy Bottom, my humble little cottage in the Peak District National Park, up on top of the moors, where once again you will probably be slightly on the wonk because Sonia is slightly on the wonk. But hey, if you came and stayed here, as some have, you would realize that the whole cottage is slightly on the wonk, along with me. I don't like ketchup, says Emma, but give me a bottle of Boaty's special sauce any day. No, Jimmy, Boaty's restaurant does not do fish and chips as well. 32 here. Hit that like button, says Emma. We're all on the wonk, says Andrew. And and we're all the better for it. Right then, darlings, I'm going to say goodnight at that. Thank you again for tonight. I've loved it. I've loved it. Thank you to those of you who indulge me in the Facebook group and all of that sort of thing. Oh, yeah. Today in the Facebook group, on another Facebook group for the high school that I attended, I found one of those class pictures that used to get taken every year uh, with me in it. So I put that in the Facebook group, Boaty's World on Facebook. Look at me when I was, I don't know, 13 years old. Mm, right. Time for eats and sleeps. It has, Andrew. It has been lovely. I'm glad you thought so too. My brain is on the one, says Emma. Holly says, I want to come to your restaurant and I don't need ketchup. I'm not too fussy. Holly, come. You would be an honored guest. I will really look after you and I will give you food like you have never tasted before. That's an absolute promise. Okay. Oh, hang on. Is Matron doing a live tomorrow? Some comments there are suggesting that possibly. Matron, are you doing a live tomorrow? Oh, yes, she is. Yeah. Matron will be live tomorrow. That's probably going to be at 9 o'clock or something like that. Make sure you're subscribed to her channel. Make sure you're subscribed to Emma as well, because there's going to be stuff coming soon that's so exciting. And I wish I could tell you about it, but I can't. I can't because something has to happen so that we know, Emma and I, we know that it will happen. Once we know that it will happen, then maybe we'll start giving you some clues and teasers. I'll check out the train prices, says Holly. Train to where? Well, if you were coming to me, Chesterfield, if you were coming to the restaurant, I think Langley Mill is probably the closest station. Right, I'm going to get off. Eat and sleep. Thank you so much. Can I just wish you all a safe and peaceful night? And I wish you joy for the weekend ahead, and have the best day and days that you possibly can. Take really good care of yourselves. And if you've got people who you love and who love you, take care of them as well. Take joy everywhere where you possibly can. Yes, I would be up for a Malta trip with anybody who wants to go. And hopefully see you tomorrow night, 11:30. Saturday Night Live. All the love in the world. Much, much love from me. Hopefully see you next time. For you and indeed. Sleep tight. Bosh.